Hey, my friends, mother wound, big term, used a lot in depth psychology. You may have heard of it and it gets thrown around, but people don't necessarily know what it means. So, how can it impact you? Well, it shows up in things like you have persistent cycles of anxiety, or you have a consistent cycle, perhaps all your life, of depression, lethargy. Or inside you feel, although you may be achieving many things, inside you feel essentially unworthy. I have no value. What am I really doing here? Those kinds of thoughts. Or inside, this is related to the anxiety one, inside you feel like I'm not really safe. I don't think I'm safe. I never quite feel safe. Or just with this one person, I feel safe. Either your male partner or your one friend or something, or a couple people. But inside, you don't ever have that sense of safety. These are all indications of a mother wound. And if you know me, you know I'm not here to blame parents. I am a mother. I've never been perfect. And I'm just here to help us understand how this stuff gets passed down directly in the womb and then through what you see. This comes from object relations theory and attachment theory, one of the most well-researched concepts in psychology today. That with both of those things combined, without going into explanations of them, what you don't get reflected in you by your primary caregiver. So if your primary caregiver was, grandmother or an auntie, yeah, it still applies, right? What you don't get reflected causes an issue and you never quite know what's missing. And what you do get reflected, either you should be this way, you should be that way, or you're perfect and great, but your mother never felt that way about herself. So actually you feel something is not really true about that statement. So both what you do get reflected, what you don't get reflected, and then the unspoken in her is what shows up in us then as children, adolescents, adults, and it can be there all your life. And this is why we want to address the mother wound, not necessarily just looking at the mother, and you don't have to spend years of therapy in it. You absolutely don't. This is why we also want to acknowledge the lineage, because your mother got it all from somewhere. We're not here to blame, we're here to take responsibility, because if you are carrying it today, it means that you have capability and you have the awareness of it. You're even watching this video. You have the capability to heal it. You have the capability. You absolutely can do it. You don't have to live with these patterns for the rest of your life. So book a reading with me if you want to understand more about exactly the root cause of anything you're dealing with right now. It can be fear of closeness also. There's so many ways it can show up. Addictions, any substance, food, or an up or a downer kind of addiction where you feel like you need it because it's soothing. Yeah, this is all indicative of mother wound stuff, and can show up in us whether you're female or male, whatever gender you are. It shows up in different ways, and so absolutely you can shift it and be free. So you can really just be your authentic self and not living out childhood memories or a version of your own mother or father.